Mr. John, welcome back. Great to see you. Happy New Year. Haven't seen you in a while.
Hey, Robert and Aaron. Thank you so much for having me.
Board of Elementary and Secondary Education. Let's start with the big question. Where are they going wrong that you feel they need you, if you know what I mean?
Okay. Amputation, carnage, goddess of vengeance, blood dripping from their eyes, cannibalism, mutilation, bayoneting of pregnant women, rape and murder. You're saying, John, this is a family-rated radio station. I'm talking about textbooks, DOE-approved textbooks that are being given to Louisiana grade school students.
Okay, let's start
before sixth grade.
With all that language in them?
Pick any of those, and if you can cover that in 30 to 45 seconds, please do.
Well, or homosexuality, extramarital. They have an illustrated book they give to little kids. It's either second or third grade, where it's talking about some young little boy that wants to date other boys. That's what the DOE is saying is okay to give to our children. And this, the extramarital affair, the homosexuality, the carnage, the torture, the mating of seahorses, the quote smell of eating children, unquote, cannibalism, given to children before sixth grade, curriculum approved by the Department of Education. Seventh grade, I had an irate parent come to me.
Hang on just a second. We're getting the point. Is it your sense that the Board of Elementary and Secondary Education in Louisiana is not doing enough to stop the federal overreach of education locally?
I don't see that they're doing anything. And I'm sure there's a few good members, I'm sure. But basically, they've been a rubber stamp. In 2011, there was a takeover of the Louisiana education. It was by some Common Core cartel of Baton Rouge money players. They started buying the BESE board elections. So since 2011, virtually every BESE board position has been bought by Common Core special interests based in Baton Rouge. Kathy Edmondson is a remarkable exception. So what are we looking at? What's the relevance of this? Well, a recent study shows that 70% of millennials are okay with socialism. A more conservative Gallup poll that says that since 2010, 50% of young adults give a positive rating to socialism. And we know where this takes us.
I shan't argue that there is a leftist lean to education in this country, putting it mildly. What can John Milkovich on BESE do?
I'm not going to be a rubber stamp. I'm not bought and paid for. There's no, I prayed about running for this race. I counseled with pastoral leadership, men of God that I know, and they said, look, this is something that needs to be addressed. No special interests, no Common Core vendors, no Baton Rouge politicians, bureaucrats say, John, we want... No, they're going to be against me like they were in the last race. But this is what we know. As Abraham Lincoln said, the philosophy of the schoolroom in one generation is the philosophy of the government in the next. And since we've had this takeover by a Common Core cartel of politicians, bureaucrats, and lobbyists, where are we? Have Louisiana, according to independent experts, has the most dangerous schools in America. What's our academic ratings? Well, in 2020, we ranked 48th, 2019, 51st, 2018, 51st, 2016, 49th, So since about 2015, we're ranking between 48th and 51st. How do you rank 51st? They conclude District of Columbia. We have dangerous schools. Go ahead. And our academic performance has fallen apart. Our values are being assaulted. We've lost 44% of our teachers quit in the first 5 years, 60% within the first 10 years. They're tired of Common Core. They're tired of no discipline. They're tired of the attack of the values. They're tired of Louisiana education being run by a Common Core cartel. And basically, and this, I talked to you all about this off radio, off camera, so to speak. But listen, I'm going to issue a challenge to Alan Seabaugh, because he's behind the guy. I believe it's his legal associate is running for this seat. I say, look, Mr. Seabaugh, you were very expert in the last election in lying about my record. So let's go ahead, cowboy up. Let's have a debate.
In your mind, is Alan Seabaugh, not to get way off track here?
Sure.
In your mind, is Alan Seabaugh a Common Core backer? Is he one of those guys you're talking about?
Well, let's put it this way. In the last legislative term, he filed 0 bills to get rid of Common Core. There was 4 bills filed to get rid of Common Core between 2016 2020. John Milkovich filed every single one of them.
Is this coming down to, in your mind, and I don't mean to imply that you are quixotic, is this Alan Seabaugh? Is this John Milkovich versus the United States government?
Well, I don't think the federal government should be controlling our education, and there's federal laws that say that, which the federal government routinely violates. I don't think a Baton Rouge Common Core cartel. And my point is, Alan Seabaugh's associate, legal associate, coincidentally or not, is running for the same seat. So I'll debate both of them. That's my challenge.
John,
you guys get 30 minutes. I'll take 30 minutes. Let's put it on the table. Cowboy up. Let's talk about the special interests that are taking over.
Give me some ideas, John Milkovich, that you have to improve early childhood education. That is a focus of our new superintendent, and that is where a lot of people say we must do better. What ideas do you have?
Well, let me say this. Education succeeds when the family succeeds. And I'm going to say this because I did not uniformly support every early childhood education. I think in America and in Christian Louisiana, we have a form of early childhood education which is called family. So I'm willing to support those elements that I think
But there are a lot of children who fall through the cracks and don't have that family. What do we do for them?
Absolutely. Well, I was approached in about 2017 or 18 by some African American Christian leaders in the community that said they were doing daycare and that John White came in and tried to push them out so they could get his Common Core stamp on little children. And at this point, of course, I know that John White resigned or left in March of 2020. But at this point, I don't think that we can trust the Common Core crowd, the Department of Education, to teach 1 to 2 to 3, 4-year-olds when they have they've absolutely violated, in my view, the education that they're given to our grade school
Do
kids.
you not trust Dr. Cade Brumley?
Listen, a lot of people in the district say good things about Cade. If I get elected, I'm going to do my very best to work with him. But I'm going to say this. I'm not going, if I get elected, it's going to be like it was in the Senate. We're going parking lot. I'm not going down there to be a puppet or a rubber stamp for the BESE board, for DOE, and even the superintendent, and certainly not the federal government or the special interests. So look, this is what we have coming down the road. I had a very esteemed educator, actually a parish authority. We'll just leave it at that. But it was an esteemed current educator in Northwest Louisiana saying, look, John, this is what we have coming at us. We have transgender bathrooms. We have girls playing sports with guys on the same team, on the same contest. And I'm saying, we're going to need to go parking lot. We've had too much of the BESE board rolling over, and our schools are dangerous, our academics are poor, our values are being assaulted. Now, have there been successes? What I'm saying, and the people know it's the truth that are out there with our kids and grandkids, there have been successes in education, but they've been achieved by the students, parents, and teachers in spite of the Baton Rouge bureaucracy, not because of it.